So apparently there's no Jeffrey Epstein client list according to the DOJ, and the President of the United States appeared to shrug off recent questioning about it.
Your memo and release yesterday on Jeffrey Epstein, it left some lingering mysteries. One of the biggest ones is whether he ever worked for an American or foreign intelligence agency. So could you resolve whether or not he did? And also, could you say why there was a minute missing from the jailhouse tape?
Yeah, sure.
If could I just interrupt for 1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
He responded by talking about his great success and the recent tragedies in Texas.
Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Now, I'm no conspiracy theorist, but what the actual f is going on right now? On Monday, the DOJ released an 11-hour video recorded outside Epstein's cell in order to dispel rumors that he did not die by This video has sparked a lot of controversy as there was 1 full minute missing from the footage from 11:58 to 12. And I'm going to show that footage right now so you can take a look for yourself.
And then let's watch what happens at 11:59. Wow, would you look at that? We just lost a whole minute. Watch the clock. During this time, there's some movement at the officer station, but we now have an entire minute unaccounted for.
They're trying to say that 1 minute goes missing every night at that time. Apparently they're looking into it right now, and supposedly they're going to show some proof that this happens every night. The Attorney General, Pam Bondi, did an interview back in February talking about how she had the Epstein client list on her desk to be reviewed.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review.
And now all of a sudden there's no client list?
In February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file.
And how are they reacting to questioning this way when for months they were talking about releasing this list? Bondi said that hours of videos that were part of the Epstein case turned out to be SA involving and would not be released. Now, when being questioned, Trump and Bondi tell the reporter to move on. The DOJ just published a memo concluding that there was no evidence of a client list detailing individuals connected to Epstein. A little while ago, FBI Director Kash Patel went on Joe Rogan discussing some of the previous trials that were against Epstein and discussed how the media was spinning stories in a way that were protecting him. Patel also discussed how in Trump's first term, they weren't going to let Epstein get away and how they prosecuted him. He also said that he had no suspicion that Epstein was murdered, which is quite contrary to what he said before.
Who killed Jeffrey Epstein?
This doesn't look right. It doesn't look like a suicide. So, and listen, this guy's not the only guy to kill himself in prison. It happens, I don't know how often.
Right.
All the time.
Even if he himself in prison. So if he was murdered in prison, crazy, right?
Yeah.
You could see why very powerful people wouldn't want
If he
him
was
talking.
murdered in segregated housing, in isolation, after being on suicide watch in a place in a detention center that I've physically been in myself, it would be fiction. It's just, in my experience, that is not doable.
Patel flat out denied having information about the Epstein list or any of the videos.
If there was a video of some guy or gal committing felonies on an island, and I'm in charge, don't you think you'd see it?
He also said that if he had that information, it would have been out already.
If you have access to it.
If I have it, period.
Right.
If I have it.
Right. If you have it.
Right.
But you can't say that you have it.
No, we're giving you everything we have.
So far.
Everything we have so far is...
Have you guys gone over all the video that's available?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That's what takes so much damn time.
It's crazy how Pam Bondi originally talked about how many hours of videos there were.
There are tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn.
And Patel flat out denies that there were any at all. The DOJ conducted an exhaustive review of the Epstein case as part of their commitment to transparency.
They apparently got a hold of this document from the US DOJ and FBI, kind of a joint statement here
We're going to go through it. They say, as a part of a commitment to transparency, the Department of Justice and Federal Bureau of Investigation have conducted an exhaustive review of the investigative holdings related to Jeffrey Epstein. Sort of a relook at the evidence, if you will.
It seems that their findings from this are inconsistent with what they've been saying all along. There were apparently 1,000 victims from the Epstein case.
How do you square this, right? There's 1,000 was Epstein just filming himself the whole time for did he put it in the evidence box? I mean, that's the ridiculous thing about this. Why would you film yourself committing these acts? That's where the whole blackmail angle came from, was there's all these videos for what?
Now, how is he around all of these powerful people and there's thousands of victims and nobody else is involved? It's interesting how Kash Patel and Dan Bongino were really outspoken about all of these conspiracy theories, and now they're throwing their hands up.
It's unbelievable. The guy killed himself.
Now, maybe that's because they did a deep dive and they're just being honest with people.
Again, you want me to get, I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
This is absolutely insane. I wasn't even gonna make this video, but I just can't believe what's going on right now. Seeing Donald Trump respond the way he did and Pam Bondi respond the way she did is unbelievable. I don't even know how this is even happening in the world right now. The great thing about being on platforms like this is we can discuss what's going on and do our own independent, individual journalism on it. I like to stay as skeptical as possible in my videos, and I'm not really into conspiracy theories, but there are just way too many inconsistencies revolving around this Epstein client list and that surveillance video. Pam Bondi is getting heavily criticized right now for contradicting herself and saying that she had hours and hours of footage and a list of clients on her desk to be reviewed. This is the one time where this doesn't even appear to be a conspiracy theory anymore. The way Trump responded was nothing short of bizarre. Of course, reporters are going to question you about what's going on right now. You're the president of the United States, and at one point you were really outspoken about this. That's all I got for this one. If you want to discuss this, leave me a message in the comments. If you want to like and subscribe to this video, it helps me reach more people with this message, and it helps me with the algorithm. Have a good morning, have a good afternoon, have a good evening. Stay skeptical. See you in the next video. I'm out.